Okay, good evening. This is take two. Excuse me, the first one didn't work, so fingers crossed. Alright, this is one that I've made, a journal I've made out of a gutted Reader's Digest. I really like the pattern on the book. So much so that, see these little swirls? They had those on the blue going the opposite direction, and I wanted to keep those. So, in order to do that, I had to do my regular binding, which was sticky back canvas, shorter. The only problem with that was when I would fill the book, it was splitting apart from the book. So, lesson learned. I've recovered with a piece of muslin, but you can still see where I put the lace trim on underneath. But it is now more secure, more stable, so everything's good. Excuse me. So this lady I got from a card that was sent in a Happy Mail from Janine Morton. Thank you, Janine. She's a beauty. Little piece of Aida cloth, buttons, sentiment, and it's a hitch post and ribbon closure. And it's 3 signatures, each having 12 pages, so a lot of pages, like 79, 80 pages. So I've done a pretty piece of pattern paper on the inside cover and stamped a Tim Holtz wildflower stamp, which I've stamped various ones throughout. Excuse me, goodness. Pattern paper, very pretty. First pocket has her Melinda type tag, tea dyed for journaling. This I got at a yard sale, and they were so pretty, and I just backed down to cardstock and sewed it in. And this one, journal card. Purple flowers from an estate sale, Edith Holden. Some pom-pom trim from Rita Donnelly. Thank you, Rita. A paper bag. This image came from Pinterest. This tag came from Teresa Rogers. Thank you, Teresa. And inside we have a journal card. Lots of journaling in this book. Here's a coin envelope that I made, and inside we have a little booklet with Tim Holtz flowers on it. And I really like using my embossing plates and making them into just large journaling cards with cardstock on the back and then sewn around. I think they make gorgeous journal cards. This is an old book. I got a stack of them, like little pamphlet books that I got at an estate sale. And they're very fragile, and so I didn't do any embellishing on them except one, and that was before I realized their fragileness. So, but they're interesting reading, and they're very gorgeous colors. Artie Mays. Here's a paper clip that is holding in, let's see if I can get it out. Excuse me, a booklet that I've made. On the inside we have 2 little tiny journal cards, and of course you can journal on everything in the center also, and it just goes back over the book page, and the paper clip holds it in. There's the center of the first signature, gorgeous lace that I don't recall where I got it from, but it is so pretty, and it makes a gorgeous pocket. In this first one we have this tag that I received in a swap from Rosemary. Goodness. She also sent some gorgeous paper, and so I've turned it into little 4x4 journal cards. And then on this side, I got this at a yard sale. It was a, excuse me, a planner, and I've made out of one, it was like old paintings, pictures of old paintings. And so I've cut it in half and made 2 tags out of it. This is one, and then there's one further along in the book. And some lace trim. Wrapped onto cardstock, sewn around. Journal card with Tracy Fox image. There are fabric and lace tabs throughout. Excuse me. Artie Mays again, beautiful. Another of the old pages, just gorgeous color. Some gathered fabric tab. Other half of the paper bag. This is from the Innkeeper tag that I've made. And then inside the bag, we have this journal card. Okay. Oh, let's not watch me do that. That's just sad. I'm really trying to figure out how to do this hands-free. So far, nothing I've tried has been better than what I'm doing. I know that's really sad to say, but in the next bucket, we have another Hermelinda type tag. And another tag, or journal card, excuse me, that I've made. And this comes from a yard sale, and it's just like a post-it type thing. And so I've glued the whole thing onto cardstock and sewn around it. First signature. Now we start the second. And we have fabric and lace on this tab. Excuse me, goodness. Another gorgeous book page. This is free download from Junk Journal Junkies. Isn't that pretty? Another pocket. And in it, we have another Hermelinda type tag. I must have been in a Hermelinda mood. There are a lot of these throughout. And there's a lot of journaling space on them. She can even embellish herself. Whoever gets this, you can put an image on there, or cheesecloth, or whatever you want to embellish it with. Here's an embellished guest check with some gathered fabric, a heart from Pinterest, and then a little piece of lace that I had. And then this also came from Pinterest, a little envelope. And on the inside, we have a piece of tea-dyed paper for more journaling. I like to use calendar pages on occasion, and so you know every time there's a calendar page, there's some sort of pocket on the other side. And in this one, we have a mini journal that I've stamped on the inside, front, and back covers, and just random note papers, some vintage paper, an image, and some music paper. In the center, I've just sewn it, and it's an envelope with this journal card made out of a little post-it, and then each side has a index card, and same on this side, and then another little post-it type journal card. A ribbon rose cap. Edith Holden. Gorgeous butterfly, I like that paper. Isn't that gorgeous? This came from a swap I did with Rita Donnelly. She sent me a bunch of die-cut jelly bean bags, and they are just, the paper she used was just gorgeous. And inside that, I've done an altered playing card, and there's lace tab at the top to help you pull it out, a Tim Holtz sentiment, just a bunch of layering, lace, Tim Holtz bird, and then on the back there's some grid paper for journaling. Oh goodness. Excuse me. Then I've done this tag, which is Tim Holtz stamps and die cuts. This is from my mother's stash, and so it's very old because when have you seen buttons for 29 cents for 10 of them? There are 2 left, and so I've made it into a tab here, and then tuck spot with, I think Rita Donnelly sent me the sticker, and I backed it onto cardstock and put it in a little tuck spot. Here's the center of the second signature, the manila folder, or manila envelope, and then the part that I cut off here, I put over here. Tuck spot for Mrs. Coggs, and backed it with lined tea-dyed paper. And then lace trim, and a piece of note paper, backed onto cardstock and sewn around. Then in the envelope, we have a journal card that I've made with a die cut and a bridge tally card, and so I just used the top part, which had the picture on it, which was so cute, and then just did a journal card out of it. More stamping. I've made an envelope. Inside we have a journal card with a Tracy Fox image and a tiny envelope that I found on Pinterest. You can close it if you'd like. It's glued all the way down, and inside is a little teeny piece of lace. Whoop. For a tab to pull it up. And that was pretty. Cute little journal card. And it goes back in the envelope like that. Then behind the envelope we have another altered guest check with some beautiful tatting. And this was just a piece of flower I had on a piece of note paper. So I ripped it out and inked it up a bit and thought it was cute. This image, I don't recall where I got it, but it could have been Mary. No, Mary. Don't know. Okay. We have cheesecloth behind it, and it's one of those file folders that I had cutoffs of, and so I've turned all the cutoffs into 3x5 cards, so that whenever I need to make a journal card, I just grab. It's a base, basically, for a journal card. I thought it was, and I have a bunch of them stockpiled, so I just grab one and make a journal card. Holden. Another lace tab. This is the other half of the calendar page. So here's the pocket. Inside the pocket we have an envelope, excuse me, that Rosemary decoupaged for me. A napkin onto it. And in it we have a vintage postcard. Pocket, and in it we have a paper clip, a little butterfly, and Artie Mae's little journal card, and Herman Linda type tack, another altered guest check with a couple of die cuts, and another post-it type thing, and I backed it onto cardstock for journal card. Goodness. Some more pom-pom trim. More of that beautiful book page. These are from, this one is from the 60s, but they come from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. More stamping. Second, and now we're on the third. This is Artie Mays. She made a lovely postcard, but I accidentally printed it on regular printer paper, so I turned it into, tea-dyed it and turned it into a book page. No mistakes, just happy accidents. Some muslin tab, other of the book pages, a paper bag from A Tattered Dream, and we have this Artie Mays journal card in it. Beautiful iris. I love iris, and I've stamped on the back. My mother could grow iris so well. We always had thick clusters of it on the side of our house when I was little. An envelope. And inside we have another Post-it that I had to cut down a little to fit onto the piece of cardstock that I had left over, but it's still really pretty. And it's all, I think I said it's also a Post-it type card. And then it goes right back in there. This is a paper placemat from a restaurant that we didn't really like, but their placemats were good. And Edith Holden. Gorgeous pattern paper. One of those thick, really sturdy divider cards for a 3x5 index card box. There's a label. Here's a decoupage napkin tag. Here's an index card with a porch swing design on. I always thought it was front porch design. I'm very, very sorry. It's porch swing design. Forgive me. Okay. You open it up. Woo. And there's a little pocket with a ticket and a die cut. Here we have a belly band that has pretty lace on it, and it flips up. And we have this piece of ephemera that I think comes from Artie Mays, and Innkeeper dress form. Another lace tab. Altered paper clip. Here's the other piece of that painting, whoops, that I've made into another tag. Oh, come on. Don't be blurry. Okay, fine, be blurry. Who can argue with a camera? Okay. This is an image that I scanned from a vintage style postcard, and I forgot to resize it, so it came out really big. And I had a cardstock in there. I don't know what happened. Oh well, there you go. An altered paper clip. And an altered airmail envelope that's been tea-dyed and embellished with little bits and pieces of this and that. And really, you can write what's in the envelope, what the event was, what the, I don't know, what a date, if you want. And then we have a coloring page. Another lace tab. Another belly band with lace trim, flips up. Another, Artie Mays. And Innkeeper. Another really thick card for an index card. Label, stamping. This piece of pattern paper I had in my stash. It was so pretty. And it's a little large, but I thought it'd make a great journal card. I other half of the paper placemat, other half of the bag. Inside, we have a game card that I don't even know what game it is. And I've stamped it, and you can journal on that. Very pretty, I thought. Artie Mays. This is the only one that I put anything on, the very old papers. And it's just a little teeny card, and then I've stamped on it, sewn around it. Another lace tab. Oops. We have another coin envelope. Inside is a little booklet with a jar die cut on it, and it opens like that. Lots of journal. And another embossing plate. And then that is the end of the book. I hope it works this time, because I don't want to do it again. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm sorry, this will be posted on another Facebook page for sale, so I will put it down in the description box what that Facebook page is. And then you can go and look at it if you would like to buy it. Thank you. Bye-bye.